Alrighty.
Probably should have went the other way around.
Hold on. Oh, you're lucky that piece of wood is blocking that.
Alright. Thank you. Okay. Start this off right. Ugh. I'm gonna tell you guys some drunk stories, and I got a lot of good ones. Very recent ones, I might add. Very recently, in this very room, because this is the only room I really get drunk in, I blacked out. I got blackout drunk. And I woke... Oh, Jesus Christ. I was having a great time, and then everything stopped, and when I woke up, I was in another room entirely, hunched over a wastebasket, vomiting directly into it. I don't know how it happened. I don't remember getting sick. I don't remember how I got there. I have a... I'm starting to see, this is why Kevin blacked out, because he was like around my age when he started getting blackout drunk. It's coming with age. Where like beer and liquor, I used to get excited and energetic. Now I fall the frick asleep or I cry. I cry a lot.
Let it out, man.
Another good example is I laid down a couple nights ago, actually. Laid down after a night of partying. I had gotten dry this night, which is when you... And then you... And I turned on Counter Monkey. I put on an episode of Counter Monkey on my iPod, and I was just laying down trying to rest. And it was the toilet pizza. And here it starts off with the music, and then I hear Spoonie go, "This is the story of probably the meanest thing I've ever done to anybody. But it is funny. This is the toilet pizza." Then I opened my eyes and sat up, and the video had stopped. I didn't know why. So I reloaded the page, I started it again. He says the same lines, and then I opened my eyes and sit up, and the video had stopped. And I couldn't understand what the fuck... I immediately think, oh, it's YouTube. YouTube is just... has me bent over as usual, because they don't give a shit about their users. And then I realized, when it happened the third time, that the sky was brighter this time when I sat up. It wasn't that the video was stopping. It was that I was blacking out without realizing any time had passed. The video finished 3 times, and all I heard was, "This is the story of the toilet pizza." And then I'm like, what? Why'd the video stop? It was like 4 hours of my life that went by, and I don't remember any. And it's not like I blacked out, and I'm like, what happened? No, I was laying down, fully aware, and then I sat up, still fully aware. I just lost track of like 40 minutes of my time. It was like,
Yeah, it might be nature trying to tell you something.
Yeah, maybe it is. There's a little bit of time skipping going on here.
See,
I got hit from Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
Now, the best drinking story, and you have heard this, and I don't know if you have heard this, was oh God.
This is the one with the title?
That is the second best drinking story. I gotta tell that one too.
Okay.
I wish some of these were on Halloween. One of them is, but this one wasn't. It was me, the untouchable Kevin Murphy. I want to say Richie Nightmare was with us, and then Heddo, Kyle DeHendwicks, great to be here.
Question for the less knowledgeable of the UWE. Wasn't he called the untouchable Kevin Matthews?
Yeah, early on he went by that pseudonym,
okay, so that was just
but somebody was like, "Hey, that's my name, I already got it down," and he's like, "Whatever, screw you.
Okay.
I'm the untouchable Kevin Murphy." Not in copyright law, but, you know. And I think it was me, Kevin, Richie, and I'm going to say Kyle Hendricks, who at the time was our commentator back in the UWE days. We were all at Kevin's house, and we all got pissed drunk. And we were like, okay, we're going to wake up early, and we're going to go to Shady Maple, which is like the greatest smorgasbord in the central Pennsylvania area. It's out in Blue Ball, which I always found funny because it's like right now I have Shady Maple Blue Balls. I want to get out there and just tear that shit up. But, anyways, I made the astronomical mistake of drinking Smirnoff coolers, those little Smirnoff Ice, I believe they call those. It's not the vodka, it's like little individual malt beverages. And then Kahlua Mudslide. Yeah, that
I've heard
that
stories.
sound. He went. Everyone and their grandma knows that's a bad idea. I wake up about 4, maybe 3 a.m. and I'm just like,
Another mudslide is coming.
oh god. Oh, you don't know. I run to Kevin's bathroom, and now for those that don't know him very well, he is a prissy asshole in real life. There was a time where if I was at his house, he would be like, you can't use my bathroom, go in the woods. Just go in the woods. He made Hendrix do that once. And Hendrix did it, and we were like, I can't believe you actually did that. We were kidding. Like, he would have, in an emergency, let you use the bathroom. But he's asleep, so he can't protest. And I'm like, well, this is happening, pal. I can go on your floor, I can go on your toilet. I run into his bathroom, and immediately collapse, and just grapple this toilet. Just horrible. Horrible. And I finish up, and I remember I was like, oh, he's such a freaking germaphobe, so I got, like, some paper towels and stuff. I looked all over this bathroom, cleaning up any spatter. And then I went back to sleep, thinking, I'm not going to tell him. We'll just deal with this in the morning. We go to Shady Maple without anybody using that bathroom. That's important. No one went in there. I can't believe nobody woke up and was like, I have to pee. Nobody...
Maybe they all knew they had to go outside.
I guess. Nobody... So it's like 5 a.m. We get the early start to get there as soon as they open. And so we go, and I remember this being the only bad experience I ever had there. Only bad experience I ever had there because I was so, like, nauseous and hungover, it literally felt like a dream. Like... It felt like when I was a kid, around this time of year, I'd have a dream that I like missed out on Halloween or something, and I remember the disappointment in the dream as a kid felt the same as me as an adult in Shady Maple. Anyways,
There might be a sign. I don't know.
Maybe it is. I go home, we all go our separate ways, and of course we pass out. That's what you do afterwards. We all go home and take Shady Maple coma naps. I am awoken by a phone call. It's Kevin. He goes, hey, and he sounds very upset. I don't think I've ever heard him this upset. He goes, hey, how's it going? I'm like, good, how are you? He's like, hey, guess what I did on my one day off? Oh no. It's like, I cleaned your puke out of my bathroom. You son of a bitch. You puked in my toilet, my waistband, my shower, on the floor, and in the sink. Faggot, bye. Like, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I only puked in the toilet. Apparently, there was an entire other chapter to that I blacked out and puked all over like a fire hose. And he said someone else while he was gone had walked in there and had said to him, wow, you must have really been sick. I was like, what do you mean? Well, I vomit in the bathroom. Oh, yeah. Oh, I had this new protein shake, and then I worked out too hard. And yeah, no big deal. And then he cleaned up my vomit. I can say that. Hollywood, untouchable Kevin Murphy has cleaned my vomit.
Who told him it was you?
What are you talking about?
Well, like, he seemed to know it was you.
I guess I probably mentioned that I was nauseous and puked.
Oh.
I just didn't realize that I puked everywhere. All I remember was that grappling match with the toilet. Just trying to... Oh my god. And then the one you brought up, the title. In my opinion, the second best story, because this doesn't involve me puking in Kevin's bathroom. And therefore it can't take the #1 spot. This is yet another drinking story with Kevin Murphy. It's been a privilege. Anyways, we were drinking at one of his many, many, many rental properties. We were at his wife's house, that time girlfriend, and we had gotten so sloshed, because here's the problem. When she moved into that house, a bunch of people brought her like liquor and wine as housewarming gifts, and I guess she's not that big a drinker because she's never touched it. So we finish off what we brought, and then I'm like, hey, let's go tap into the herd. stash, and I bring out like a bottle of champagne, and he's all gung-ho about that, because Hollywood's finest, yeah! Pops! So, we drink that whole bottle between the two of us, after like having 18 beers each, and like a bottle of vodka in my case, and there's this hardcore title replica belt over in the corner, and I just remember putting that on and marching around with it, we were just messing around, and then I vaguely remember walking home. I vaguely remember seeing like a lamppost that I recognized and like a street sign that I knew, and then I woke up in my bed and little bits and pieces came to me. I remember I made you wake up and take me to McDonald's.
Say, is this the one I was
yeah.
in? Yeah.
And I want to say we still had the red car, so I was like climbing out the sunroof. And I just remember I showed up to your door and I was just like, hey, guess who the new hardcore champion is?
Shoulder?
Not me, because I stole this shit. And I don't think I still have it. I'm pretty sure that was Richie Nightmares, and I eventually somehow got it back to him.
At one of the many opportunities you had to.
I woke up again wearing that after last year's Halloween party. I have video of that.
He just, you get hit for Halloween, he gets drunk, and he steals the hardcore time.
And then at Jackson the Action Connolly's house, which I might be getting a sequel to this, he's having an after Halloween party. And I'm for some reason invited. I don't know why anybody invites me anywhere anymore. I'm not the same Adrian I used to be, guys. Stop pouring me stuff!
I'm pouring it. You gotta let it sit there, though.
Okay. I'm gonna kill you if you don't stop.
Oh, the mixed drink.
That is Midori and my attempt at dirty bong water. Didn't go so well. So that's just a mishmash of bullshit. So, I am piss drunk at Jackson Connolly's. He's having a big party, pretty sure it was Halloween. And Seiji, the failure savage, Sage Wrong, was there because at the time we were all on good terms with him. This was before he went insane and fell in love with a catfish who ruined the company. I'm saying that to you. You fell in love with a catfish. Stop superimposing that one stupid fucking cell phone picture of her into every goddamn poster, you fucking loser. Jesus Christ.
The picture, the woman in the actual woman in that picture will eventually get mad at you because she doesn't know who you are and why you're using her image.
Yeah, that's true. That's great.
Somebody find the actual woman who that picture is.
That's probably from somebody's old MySpace page. So dated. But anyway, Sage Wrong walks up to me, and for no reason, none that I'm aware of, maybe he knew I'd eventually say this about him, he just ball taps me, hard as he can. And fortunately that year it had snowed in October. So I'm writhing. Sage's hand was like the size of my head, so it struck a huge cross-section of my balls. Like the impact was palpable. You could hear it. It sounded like when he gave people chops. And I'm just running around like, why? What did I do? Did you not like the last batch of action figures? What? We could talk about this. And I just remember going into the back of his house away from everyone and like dunking my balls into snow. Right? It hurt so bad. I had to do something. I like scooped it up and just stuffed it down my pants like, ah! It's like that part in Home Alone where he burns his head. Or no, it's his hand, the doorknob, and he dunks it in the snow and you hear it. That was my balls. That was my balls.
This is the second time that I'm aware of that you have used snow as a utility.
I hate you, don't.
I won't bring it up if you don't want me to.
You're talking about when I,
It's not a drinking story.
Yeah. I mean, it's a story you have to be drinking to tell to YouTube.
Yeah.
Wipe my
It's
ass
almost
with a chunk of ice.
embarrassing that you weren't drinking at that time.
It was like 14, so...
When you're 14, everything sounds like a good idea. So.
Yeah, that's true.
No, what I did not sound like a good idea at any age, or any level of drunk. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Why do you hate me?
No, I don't hate. I'm just keeping it ready for you.
Yeah, he hates
What
you.
other drinking stories are there?
I can tell some of the military police ones. Those are good.
I could tell the time I babysitted a couple of drunks.
Babysatted.
Well, I don't like using the term babysit because these two were so bad. I feel like that's insulting to babies.
Ugh. We're gonna table. What? You okay? What? Ah! Fuck! That hurt!
Oh my god.
What is your problem?
I'm just trying to keep you looking at the camera.
It was a time when I had to babysit a couple of drunk people because they.
Okay, no, don't do that.
That doesn't make things better.
Is this going to be a new drinking story?
That's the point of the
Like,
video.
This is what's happening while we're doing this?
Yeah.
Stop pouring me more! I have to drink it!
Stop drinking it. You can wait till the end of a story and then take the shot.
It's not how this works! Stop. What am I gonna call that? Because it's a failed dirty bong water.
I'm assuming that's a drink.
That's a drink.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks literally like dirty bong water. When you're done smoking out of a bong with the water in the bottom.
I don't know all the nuance of drinking.
Anyways.
Yeah.
You have
So
one.
anyhow, I was staying at a couple of guys' house for about 2 months. It was kind of like I'll only be here for 2 months, and that was it. And I was sleeping out on the couch they had.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it was
staying there for 2 months with a couple.
Yeah. I get.
Why
to,
am I?
I have to set this up because this place was absolutely filthy. All right. I got there. There was a pile of dishes like
Oh my
the
God.
joke kind that you like if you're seeing
You're
you
talking
see
about
a movie and somebody's house
like in
is
The
all
Hobbit.
Yeah.
Chip the glasses, crack the plate. It's like that high.
Yeah, it was just horrible. And I was told that had been there for at least a month before I got there. And when I left, it was still there. I cleaned like a bowl out just so I could use that for like Easy Mac or something.
That's when you put the dishes in the shower so they
And
have to.
it took me a while to get that. Well, no, the shower actually was missing the shower head. So it just had this straight up stream of water that came out. But anyhow, yeah, this is what I was dealing with. The one guy, he said he wouldn't have a drinking party. And I'm not a drinker. Like, I've sampled plenty of things in my life. I used to LARP, so I was around a lot of people that brewed. And they made some pretty good stuff. Stuff that didn't taste like alcohol, so you definitely didn't want to drink it.
Mead.
Uh-huh. But, so I was one of the best mead makers out there. But anyhow, so I wasn't that interested, but the guy's like, okay, you can take my room for the night. So I'm in his room, I'm playing around, I'm playing a game on his computer, and he pokes his head in, and he's like, hey, me and some of the guys are going to go out to the convenience store, and we got to go get some stuff, but these two here, they're too drunk to go anywhere, so could you watch them for us?
Been there.
Oh my gosh, and it was a guy and a girl, and the guy, at one point, and this is no joke, he starts worming his way across the kitchen floor, which was just like inchworm squirt, just pushing his body across the
Is he
floor.
like using his chin?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Yeah. This was his way of entertaining himself. I'm like, I wouldn't touch. Like, I don't want like walking on that floor. You know, this is the floor right by all those dishes and everything else. It's just like, like, and like, if you wonder why I don't drink, seeing stuff like that.
That is very.
Many a gathering at our
It's a literal sobering moment.
me and my roommate's house in the military ended with many people laying on the floor, so we had a very plush carpet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We knew it was going to end that.
Yeah, the plush carpets catch a lot of nail trimmings and dandruff.
Got a very plush carpet. At
So
my
when you're
house
laying
now.
there, if you roll, like I was crawling across one, and I just felt like a stray toenail scrape my nipple. It was horrible. It was hard for a week after that. It just wouldn't stop.
Anyway. So yeah.
Stop refilling.
Stop drinking it.
I can't until it's. I'll stop when it's gone.
Well, then why are you getting mad at me recount it?
Because I wanted to go at my own pace.
Then go. I'm not forcing you to drink it.
Yes, you are. The peer pressure. I'm just gonna. It's like Two-Face in the shitty Batman movie.
Now you look like a dwarf.
Hey.
You're not a dwarf unless your
Cue-
beard smells like
Cue
old
that
alcohol.
music from the Hack-O-Lantern episode of Best of the Worst.
Yeah.
You're the devil's son!
I have two really good ones.
Even short.
Neither of them involve. I don't know if I can.
Well, let me check the camera
Okay.
to make sure we're not... Because I want to have a double angle, and I don't want to have to... If you do that again, I'll kill you.
Preston, knock it off.
Is it because my nipples are hard? Is that what you were saying? Is that what I'm going to notice in the editing process, that my nipples have been hard the whole time?
You wouldn't even notice if they were now.
This one is. This is the same one I scratched that time. It's never been the same since. It will never go completely flaccid. It's the eternally hard
I wonder
nipple.
if we could find a way to translate that to the penis, then you could outsell Viagra.
That's not without its appeal.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of ladyboys. So,
Okay.
tell me one of your stories, oh Swami.
Fun times in Japan. So I'm on duty, and we get a fire alarm, and police have to go to a fire alarm because I don't know. Sometimes people try to shoot at fire department or something.
Uh-huh.
But I'm first on the scene, and my roommate is standing out in front of, or my former roommate is standing out in front of the building,
Mm-hmm.
and he's flagging me down.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, this is already not good. So I go up to him, and it's like, what? He was kind of an idiot. So I'm like, what did you do?
Oh,
why
no.
are you standing out here? What, in the midst of a fire alarm? He's like, there's no fire. There's no fire. You can send everybody home. I'm like, okay, what happened? And he said, so he begins to tell me he was out at the bar, as most good stories tend to happen. And while he was there was this idiot, this new guy, getting drunk, getting like belligerent, stupid, and Chief was yelling at him. Like, I'm gonna take you up to mass, and all of a sudden. So my roommate goes up to him, because it's like, excuse me, respectfully, Chief, I'm gonna take him home. I'm gonna take responsibility for him. He's kind of a good guy. He's an idiot, but a good guy. So he says, as long as he's taking him home, this guy at some point ran face first into a tree.
Done that.
Fell down multiple times. They finally got in, and when he got to his room, he tried to put the little key card, 'cause it's like a hotel room. He dropped it, and he went down and picked it up, and he's so mad that he dropped it, he punched the wall, but they have low fire alarms, in case you're crawling through smoke. And he
Well,
punched
and
the
it
fire
was
alarm.
Japan, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they're short.
They're tiny people.
But yeah, they have foot off the ground fire alarms. And he punched it, the fire alarm went off, he went, run! And then went in his room.
Run!
So, we're like, okay, I think we need to arrest him. So about 6 of us go up there. I don't know
I
why.
think that's the dick shit who pretended to be asleep or something.
They all pretend.
They all-
Every drunk
Like, that
pretends to be
matters.
asleep.
Like, if you killed somebody, what do I care if you're asleep when I come
Every-
to arrest you?
Every drunk pretends they're asleep before you get there. But anyway, like, they're in their underwear and everything, and yeah. So, they wake him up.
Cops took your base.
And he's like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. But we take him back. They're like, get your clothes on. You're going to the police station. All right. At this point, our very intimidating watch commander, big tall German guy,
Big, tall German
is
guy.
just yelling at him, and then this other guy from Texas is just yelling at him. They have no concept of how you talk to a drunk person to get him to do what you want. They're just threatening him. They have no tact whatsoever, and he's paranoid because he's really drunk. And What we needed him to sign a piece of paper that says we can take his breath alcohol content. It's one of those dumb things where you have to sign it, but we need you to sign it.
That's stupid. Because what's the point? You could just not sign it.
Again, like you are required to sign it, but we need you to sign it. What's the point of a signature if you have to? It's a
You may as well
causality.
force their fucking signature.
It's causality loop.
Yeah. Typical government stuff.
And so I'm sitting. I was the new guy at this point. So I'm just doing paperwork. I'm doing his paperwork. And I'm thinking I know exactly how to talk to this guy. At some point, he's because he wouldn't sign it because he's afraid they're trying to frame him or something. The drunk people are always afraid that this is a confession.
I can vouch for that.
It's not a confession. What happens next might as well be. But
So our watchman is going like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. If you don't sign this, I'm gonna call your captain at midnight, wake him up, say, hey, we need permission to take you over to the hospital to take blood from you, because that's the other way they test it. So how about that? I'm gonna hold you down and take blood. And
Did he ever start crying?
no, yeah. And then so the one guy, the Texas guy, leaves the room. The watchman leaves the room. It's just me, and then he just immediately goes.
He was just holding at it the whole time. He's keeping his cool. And then the minute they leave, it's just...
They always cry when they get arrested when they're drunk.
It's
so
like when
funny.
you put a kid in timeout.
And now I almost feel bad for him at this point. Like I'm stuck in a chair alone and he's bawling. He's got tears down his face. So he's like, I'm gonna get kicked out, man. What is he gonna do? Who's gonna take care of the Jets?
If you leave, all the plants are gonna die.
Who's gonna take care of the Jets, man?
What is he talking about?
He was apparently an aircraft mechanic.
There's
or something.
plenty of people. I'm sure.
And I'm not even playing good cop. I feel legitimately bad for him. I'm like,
I love those
the
Jets
only
so
thing he did
much.
wrong was punch a fire alarm by accident. I don't feel much malice towards him. And I'm like, you're not gonna get kicked out. You're not gonna get kicked out.
It's okay.
You accidentally.
Will you
set
sing
off
to
the fire alarm.
Sing soft kitty. Oh.
So at some point,
Oh my
Gonna top
god.
that off
I
for
hate
you.
you so much.
so I'm going like, hey, calm down. It's okay. Look, you punched a fire alarm by accident. It's no big deal. You could get a slap on the wrist. And I go like, we need you. Like, look, this paper. This is just a thing that says we think you did this, and by signing it, you accept that you understand that we think you did this because it says drunk and drunken disorder.
Drunken disorder.
You know.
Punched a fire alarm.
Yeah, and
In
again,
chain
I
hand.
said like it's not a confession. It's not saying you admit you did this. Saying that you understand that he's. And I'm like, now you just signed this, and this is you're almost ready to go back to sleep, you know. And so he's just about to sign it, and German fucking walks back in the room and starts yelling at him.
We fucked you up. We takes the money.
He
Lebowski.
clams back up.
Oh.
So this goes on for 15 more minutes. Finally, he just signs it, and we put him on the Alco test. He gets over 2.0.
oh my god!
So that means it was like 2.8. It was ridiculous.
That's probably
Aren't
what
you
I'm
dead?
No, I think the world record was like 5.5.
It's like that scene in Return of the Living Dead. Your temperature is 70.
No, I'm sorry.
You're legally dead.
0.28.
Okay.
I'm sorry. 1.0 is all of your blood would be alcohol. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot.
That's seriously, like the way you said, wouldn't you be dead?
0.08 is drunk, and
then
legally speaking.
Adrian is
so-
also drunk.
They're like, okay, if you get over 2.2, you have to go to medical, you have to go to the hospital. So, me and one of the other easygoing cops kind of volunteer because he's been through enough. We take him over, and they're doing shit. They sit him on a stretcher. There's double doors to the right of us. One of the doors is open, and he is on a stretcher in front of us, facing the open door.
I'm in a hospital. What could go
And
wrong?
he's laying on the stretcher. He's looking up at us, And he's like, hey, did you wash him? And we have no idea what he's talking about. Hey, did you wash him? Did you wash him? Your balls?
What?
And we just like looked at each other and laughed. We didn't know what the hell to make of that until later we closed the door and saw a little sign that said, "Did you wash him?" with hands like against the hospital.
Your balls. So you just thought it was funny. Okay.
Oh yeah, he was drunk.
Did
so.
you wash him? Remember, we have no contact.
Balls. Give me that back.
No, you save this one. It's the last one.
Okay. I'm gonna take my time with these last two.
Enjoy it. Alright. So, then he starts talking shit about the watch commander, the German guy who was yelling at him. It's like, man, fuck that guy really, really loud.
He was crying.
Fuck that guy, yeah. Man, what a fucking asshole. Then at some point we open the door and he's standing like right outside.
Did he hear it?
I don't know if he did. He didn't feel. He was actually really cool. He wasn't as mean as he was pretending to be in the room there, but like he probably did not. Now that the situation was over, he probably didn't care what this guy said.
I didn't punch a fire alarm. Oh, hi, Mark. That's bullshit.
But I thought that was really funny because I opened the door. He's standing there when I opened the door, and he's about 5 feet from him talking to a guy, and the guy goes like,
Man, fuck that guy. If I ever see him again, oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark.
That's that's the end of that story.
No.
What?
Bam. No. It didn't give consent.
It can't give consent, it's glass.
Uh-huh. That means it didn't.
Yeah, it's true.
But that implies it can't reject me.
Yeah,
Let's not make this about implied consent. That's a topic I don't want to cover in a drunk video.
Oh, another drunk story of me. I got really drunk this one night. And then funny things happened. And then the next morning, the next morning, I wake up extra early. Oh, shit. Oh. Hold on. Getting Adrian. All right. I wake up the next morning, and I'm taking a hit off of a smoking device of sorts, and it gives me a coughing fit. I'm like, oh, some of that went down the wrong end or something, and I cough so hard that I just get one good gag out, and basically the motion I did, I don't know if I have room here, was this. I'm sitting in basically this chair at my computer, and I gag, and I just feel it. I spin, drop onto my knees with the wastebasket right next to me, and just... Just horrible. Like, I must have positioned that there specifically because I knew that would happen, possibly. Give me that last goddamn shot. Thank you.
might be a contact drunk. It's too close.
Triple H.
No!
That was Triple H. Oh! I don't watch enough wrestling to know that. That was good. You missed it pretty good.
Slanja.
It's gone. It's all gone.
And now this is happening again. Oh, no. I did not hit her. It's bullshit. I did not hit the fire alarm. Oh, hi, Mark. Penis.